Hello, and we would love to have your calls. 877-77-BOBBY. That's our number. 877-77-BOBBY. You could be anywhere in the whole wide world, and you're here with us. We appreciate that. And now time for the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
You hear things better in the morning. The reason? To conduct sound efficiently, the tiny hairs in your inner ear need to wave like blades of grass in the wind. But daily exposure to noise that's loud actually batters those hairs. I don't hear... I took that test, and they were like, you have the greatest hearing I've ever heard. They didn't tell me that, but I felt like that when I left. They were like, you're perfect, everything you checked out. But then I'm at home, and my wife will talk. And,
Yeah, that's called selective hearing.
I hear you,
Okay.
but I would select to hear more because I don't like going, I feel like an old man,
Right.
There's just so much I don't hear. I don't know what the frequencies are I don't hear. Maybe these hairs in my ears I need to work on.
They're not moving like blades
I guess
of grass.
not, man. To rebound, the hair cells in your ear need protection in a period of quiet. Most of us have that quiet time during sleep, which is why our hearing is the sharpest in the morning. That's from Men's Health. So more naps. Maybe that's why Lunchbox hears so well.
Yeah,
Always waking up from something.
that's
Like
true.
Superhero, supersonic hearing, man. Are you a perfectionist? It might be making you sick. Mental health experts warn that excessive perfectionism can be linked to serious psychological problems, including anxiety and depression. If you're a perfectionist, you're probably lonely as well because perfectionists maintain exceedingly high standards for their friends, family, and colleagues. If you always expect too much from others, it's more likely you will always seem to be disappointed in them.
Wow.
That is from Psychology Today. The only problem that I have with this is it's like, don't create high expectations because then, once you fail, then you won't be sad. That's kind of bullcrap. What you do is you create high expectations for yourself. You can create expectations for others if you're in it together and you do what you're asking them to do. Like, I don't ask you guys to do anything that I either don't do or haven't done, right?
Yeah.
And I do have high expectations for everybody in this room or you wouldn't be here. And it's a compliment. It is me believing on all of you guys that I give you guys high expectations. Actually, I wrote a little nice something about all you guys on my Instagram this weekend. Did you guys see it?
No.
My story?
What'd you write?
Mike, you see it?
Yeah, I saw mine.
Yeah.
What'd he say about
No,
me?
it don't matter. Checking the Instagram stories, you don't get to see it.
And that's expired, huh?
And I wrote about every single person here, did a little block about everybody. And I just think this story's kind of crap. I get what they're saying, and that's true. If you're never expected to do much, when you don't do much, well, then you'll never get sad. But then you'll never do much. You should have high expectations on yourself and then on others as long as you're giving what you're asking for. And then it's the ability to bounce back or to get back up once it doesn't go right. Because that's when you get stronger and get better. This story's a piece of crap, and I'm going to paper wad it up on the microphone, which I rarely do. And then I'm going to take it and save it and go wipe my butt with it when this is over.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh.
It's true, but I don't like it. It's not something to live by. I won't set high expectations because I don't want to be disappointed. That's bullcrap. And all you guys are awesome.
Thank
And I
you,
said it
man.
this weekend, and if you didn't see it, then tough tootie.
Lunchbox just looked for it, but
Yeah, it's not up
It's
there.
not up.
I
Ray,
just
did you
looked.
see yours?
Yep, hard worker.
Yeah, basically. But nicer than
What was the
stuff than
picture?
that. I didn't put a picture up of Ray.
Oh, you didn't? You just wrote it?
There were no pic. Did you not see it?
Oh, I got a picture.
No.
That wasn't it?
No.
So I got two of them.
No. I wrote a block, like a literal block about every single person
dang, I
in
didn't
just
see
text
that.
because a listener asked me in a Q&A.
Huh.
And so I wrote something about all of you guys.
Oh,
Could
man.
anybody send me what they sent me? Said about
Can
me?
anybody send me what they sent me?
Said about me? Because I have no idea.
All right,
I'd
moving
like
on.
to see it.
The question is, how many enemies do you have? Research found that 95% of people report having at least one enemy. The average number that most people have is 3 that they can name from school, work, or a neighbor. Enemies typically are the same sex, but when they're not, it's usually a person you dated in the past. That's from a collective study from Washington College and Iowa State. We've talked about this-ish. Do you have any? I don't feel like I have any direct enemies that I'm going against. I've needed them my entire career. I can go back and look just professionally. I've always had an enemy, and I've always just set out to destroy them. And I have. And I don't have an enemy now because I think I'm a little healthier. And right now, I've kind of destroyed all the enemies that I wanted to destroy.
Wow, that's cool.
It's been pretty cool,
You
yeah.
destroyed
Yeah,
your
because I can look
enemies.
back at certain people and be like, they mess with me so bad. Look at them now.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't feel that way a little bit, but I do because I'm a human being. But I don't really have any enemies. There's one person, not one of the people we talked about here on the show. There's one person I hate. Only one person I hate.
That's crazy.
I hate hate. I don't think you should ever have hate. I wish that I could forgive a certain person. I can't. There's no chance ever. And I shouldn't say ever, because I might even get healthier. This just in.
Healthy,
I might get
healthier?
healthier one day. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But there's one person that I hate and would like to see really bad things happen to.
Line of work?
No.
Stupid.
Oh, that's a fair question, but I'm not.
Gender?
I'm not
But
doing
you're
that.
not going to tell him that.
Gender?
No. And
Social media following?
no, I'm just kidding. But you have an enemy, Amy.
I couldn't think of one when
Oh, I
we
can-
talked
I can
about it
think
a
of
while
one.
ago, but
think of
definitely
one.
my neighbor now.
No, I can think of another
You
one
have
for
an
you.
enemy neighbor?
What?
I can think of another one for you.
Really?
Yeah, I think I know
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
The
yours.
girl
yeah.
that wrote the books. Remember Amy went after her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
Oh,
one.
maybe it's not your enemy. Maybe you just didn't like her.
I didn't know. She's not my enemy at all. I just thought that was just something I just thought was bizarre how she was handling it. No, not an
Hey,
enemy.
what about him?
No. Not an
Oh,
enemy.
Her
Him.
husband? Wait, no, what was it? Her ex
Reverse.
reverse husband?
Reverse?
He's not an enemy. No, I know
Not
I
at
can say
all.
right now that that's not the case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll also say this. I've had a couple messages going, hey, get Amy to talk about the divorce more. Here's the thing. Even when we start talking about the divorce, I go into protection mode because I don't want Amy to feel like she has to share stuff for a bit. Now, if she kind of overrides me, which I welcome her to do, then go for it. She always can do it. But when you guys are like, tell me about the divorce, my first instinct, because I have not been exactly through it with her, but I've been with her as she's gone through it. Is that fair? Is to just step in front and go, nope, I'm protecting her. I ain't make no pressure. But then if she, like, for example, when she was like, yeah, I had to give up the bed.
I mean, that's fun.
That's hilarious
Let
that
her
she
rip.
decided to do that.
Well, because Lunchbox wanted to play a game.
Yeah, it was a game. Who got blank in the divorce?
And I initially stepped in and said, I don't want to play this game, but Amy, if you do. But that's just me making sure she's not the bad guy in this situation.
Which I didn't want to play the game, but then I answered that like he gave the bed as an example, and I'm like, oh, he did.
And then you thought it was kind of fun and you kept
Yeah.
going.
And because
What
we
about
did
the
that,
silverware I saw online?
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that-
yeah.
that
Great
maybe he
Right.
took the forks and left you with the spoons?
so I posted that I had few spoons and forks, and that's because of my kids. They lose them or I throw them away. I don't know what they do. But some listeners, because of Lunchbox's bit suggestion, they didn't read everything I wrote and they automatically assumed, and they're like, oh my gosh, I thought that you and Ben literally split your silverware 50-50.
What would have been great is you only gave him the really fat big spoons that you never use. It
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
when there's everything's dirty, you eat cereal with the big spoon.
The serving
Yeah.
spoon.
You're like, golly, man.
So I reposted one of those comments being like, okay, this made me laugh because we didn't split silverware. But then listeners started DMing me that literally their exes are losers and that their exes like split everything 50-50, including silverware.
That's crazy.
Like they were dividing it up. Like you get a fork.
Could have been nice. Like
what
really
about
nice silverware.
towels?
At Amy's house, that's all towels with Ben's name on it. She's like, I will not
Like,
give
did
these
you
up.
have to split the towels 50-50?
I mean, he took towels, but
But he probably needed to take towels.
yeah,
we
we
all do.
have a lot of towels.
But he's not your enemy.
He is not.
Right. Do you have any enemies?
Oh, just open the phone lines.
No, I'm for real.
That's true.
A lot
I
of
mean-
people love you, though.
I mean,
so
but there's a lot of haters.
But haters are different. I have haters
are
too.
different, right?
I have haters
Okay.
too.
I mean,
Enemy, you have to know who they are.
I mean, like Dr. Evans, my high school pre-calculus
Oh my
teacher.
God, that's not.
No.
What did he do?
No. Like, I just gave up in his class. I was like, I'm done with this. Like on the final, I just wrote my name, turned it in, didn't even fill out a question.
Nice.
And he was like, I would love to be a fly on the wall of your first college classroom, like saying I wasn't going to make it in life. And so I think about him all the time, and I wonder, I don't know if he's still with us, but
That is you holding a grudge more than having a consistent enemy. But I do understand what you're saying.
and then like when I went to graduation for high school and they pull me aside and they're like, listen, we will keep your diploma if you do anything at this graduation.
But they didn't do that out of nowhere. There had to be actions that led up to them saying that.
Correct.
I understand that, but they actually pulled me aside and said, we will pull your diploma.
Right, but because they probably had a it doesn't matter. Good for you, dude.
But yeah, but so I look at them and I'm like, they thought I was just some loser, you know what I mean? And like,
That's a grudge more than an enemy. I have grudges.
no, they were like, they wouldn't say that to someone that has straight A's.
Right.
But guess what? Some people with straight A's aren't as good as me. Look at me. I'm doing a lot better than them.
Looking at you, killing it, buddy.
Yeah.
Eddie, anything?
Yeah, this dude, Lunchbox.
Okay, sometimes, yeah.
That's my enemy.
All right, moving on. The Rock announced that the Moana live-action remake will hit theaters June 27th, 2025. That's what I hate about movies, is that they tell you 2 years out. I like TV shows where they're like, hey, guess what? Tomorrow, there's a new season of Black Mirror, which I did watch the first episode of Black Mirror. It's
Yeah?
awesome.
It's awesome?
It's awesome. It's called Joan is Awful.
Joan is awful.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say anything more than the description. And if I can come back, I'll read the description because I don't want to spoil anything. But man, it's awesome.
Have any of those Black Mirrors come true?
Absolutely. And I don't want to say which ones because it'll offend people,
That's crazy.
but absolutely. And some of them are still coming true.
Wow.
That's it. That's my favorite show. And I was talking to Caitlin about it. I was like, it's my favorite show. And she was like, man, you just love the dark,
Yeah.
like the worst parts of the world type stuff that could happen. I said, I know. I said, but if you learn all about it and then it happens, you're kind of ready for it.
Through TV shows.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. And then I will do this. I will announce these are the cities I'm going to go to on my comedically inspirational tour. I'm very excited. I haven't been on the road in a few years. I did this show like 6 times in Nashville only. We're doing it a 7th time, and it's sold out. There are, I guess, some obstructed view seats in Nashville. But here's the thing about that. The view's not obstructed. I went and sat in them and took pictures to show people they're not obstructed.
So what's there? Like a bar or something?
The bar, but it's under your nipples.
Oh, that's not that's not in the way.
Yeah, unless you have eyeballs in your nipples. If so, I want to bring you on stage because that'd be awesome. But yeah, Nashville sold out, which I'm very grateful for. To be my 7th show here. But the only tickets left for that show are the obstructed view seats. That being said, let me read to you where else I'm going to go, and I can't wait. The dates don't matter so much as the cities, but I'll do it. Humor me. August 12th, Saturday, August 12th, Orpheum Theater, Wichita, Kansas. Very excited about that. Saturday, August 19th, Tampa Theater, Tampa, Florida. Saturday, September 9th, the theater at the Virgin Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. Ooh. September 15th, Sandler Center, Virginia Beach, Virginia. September 16th, Warner Theater, Washington, D.C. What's cool about that is the last time I did a Warner Theater, it's an awesome theater, right by the Capitol.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
It's super cool. And they gave me like a snowboard that humble brag, not even humble, just brag, but I thought it was cool. I still have it. I'd sold that thing out 5 times. It's a pretty big theater. And they gave me a snowboard, and I never known what to do with it.
What's a snowboard? Like
you ride in the snow down on it.
Like a sled?
Yeah, it's a snowboard. Put your feet into it. And on the bottom of it, it says 5 sellouts or whatever. I just have never known what to do with it.
Oh, wow.
I've never snowboarded.
I've seen that thing.
Are you confused as much as I am? That's why they would give me a snow. I thought it was nice, but it's like giving me a right-handed baseball glove. I'm left-handed, but I appreciate the thought.
Okay.
It's awesome. So, and then finally, Friday, November 17th, Brown Theater, Louisville, Kentucky. That's it. Wichita, Tampa, Las Vegas, Virginia Beach, Washington, D.C., Louisville, Nashville. Those are the cities I'm going to. I hope you come. And tickets until Friday at 10 a.m. local time, wherever you are, the local time there. If you're part of the B team, we have a pre-sale going on tomorrow. All those are up on my Instagram, Mr. Bobby Bones. Okay. You want to hear the Black Mirror concept as written by the people at Black Mirror?
Yes.
An average woman is stunned to discover a global streaming platform, which is basically Netflix. They call themselves Streamberry.
Interesting.
An average woman is stunned to discover a local streaming platform has launched a TV drama adaptation of her life in which she is portrayed by Hollywood A-lister Selma Hayek. And pretty much as soon as it happens, it's happening on screen and she finds as it's going.
Weird.
Well,
It's awesome. And the main actress in it, Joan, who's awful, is the girl from, we'll call it Splits Creek, the daughter.
Got it.
Alexis Rose.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. And Selma Hayek's in it too.
So Selma Hayek is acting as her at the same time she's living her life?
You got to watch it to find out. But Black Mirror is the best show I've ever seen in my whole life.
Interesting.
All right, thank you. That's the news.
Those were Bobby's Big
stories.
Coming up, I'm not proud of the story I'm about to tell you. It luckily ended up in a way that wasn't negative. I'm not proud of it. I think Caitlin was a little embarrassed of me for doing it, but I did something I hope I never do again over the weekend.
What did you do?
We'll talk about that in a second, and we'll get to your calls next. You guys can vouch for me here or tell me I'm wrong, but I don't really have a temper. I don't really get affected and then turn into some sort of monster. I don't yell. Would you guys say that's accurate?
Pretty accurate, yeah.
If anything, I go the opposite way, and I'm just like, when I'm upset, I get quieter and just kind of shut myself down and off until I can figure it out and then come back out of my shell. Accurate-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was at the airport on Friday, and I also say don't mess with people at the airport, meaning don't get crazy on a plane, don't start any drama, don't mess with TSA people. Big believer in not messing with them because you just want to get to your place. You want to go point A to B with the least resistance possible. I get a call, and I'm going through the security line. Big line in the put your bag through, beep, come on through. Big line there. So I get a call from one of our bosses named Kevin Legret in Los Angeles. He's calling about some stuff, and I'm like, can't talk now. I'm in airport security. And he's like, yeah, likely story. You just don't want to talk. He's just kidding. So I take a picture and show him the big line in front of me. I'm still in the line. And so I go up and I go through, and as soon as I grab my bag, after it goes through the little box that sees that there's no drugs or weapons inside of my suitcase, I grab my suitcase, and a TSA agent comes over to me and goes, did you take pictures of our screens? And at first, I thought he was being funny, and I thought it was a listener. I'll be honest with you. And I said, no, I didn't. He goes, someone just saw you take pictures of our security screens, and you can't do that. I need to see in your phone. I said, I need to see in your phone. I don't know why I said it. I don't know why I said it.
Like it.
It wasn't like big and brave and cool, but he said, I need to see in your phone. I said, I need to see in your phone.
That's a good comeback, though.
That's great, dude.
I'm 7 years old.
My son.
Yes. Yeah. I just thought, how ridiculous. First of all, I didn't take a picture of the screens, and I was back like 11 people. I wasn't even to the machine yet. And the screens are right there when they can see like the guts and all the insides and the x-ray. You got to be right up near to take a picture of the screen. And so, again, he goes, I need to see in your phone. I said, I need to see in your phone. He said, I'm not kidding here. I said, I'm not kidding here. Then I decided I'm just going to repeat everything he says.
Oh, no.
Because
like, I know you are, but what am I?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolutely, because I don't want to say anything that would get me in trouble. Excuse me?
But isn't that sort of... No.
Probably. It's stupid. Again, I'm 11. But I knew that I wouldn't say anything that I wouldn't be allowed to say that's going to get me kicked out of the airport if I just repeated him back.
Okay.
So I was just going to wait him out. And so, I need to see in your phone. I need to see in your phone. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. And he said to me, I don't think you want to do this because you'll miss your flight. Now, I didn't repeat the whole thing back to him because I was lazy. And I said, well, I think you'll miss your flight. And about the time I was going to get in trouble, and I know it, somebody walks over and whispers in his ear, and he goes, you can go. Now, whomever that other TSA agent was, who I think was a listener,
Yeah, they probably saw it and said, don't mess with
I would
him.
like to say thank you because I was going to get myself in trouble.
You're going to airport jail.
It was just dumb. I didn't take a picture of it. You don't ask to see on someone's phone. He had outside of a bar bouncer complex where you have no authority, so all of a sudden you get a little bit, so you want to go and make sure everybody knows you're the sheriff in town. I should not have reacted the way I did. Even my wife was like, just don't do that. She's like, do what you say to do. Just do the easiest thing possible and just get out of there. But I said, I'm not showing on my phone. I'm not. It doesn't matter. I don't have a bunch of wiener pics in there. If so, I think it'd be hilarious if he saw those. But guy came chest puffed out, trying to enforce some dumb rule that wasn't even true. And I got to get on the plane and get out of there.
That's so out of character. So it was just that he asked to look in your phone that kind of
It was that
made
he
you
just
click?
like showed up and was like, I'm woo woo.
Yeah.
Like he's the new sheriff in town. He's seeing my phone. Like, you don't ask to see my phone. Like, no. You want to see my phone? You want to see my medicine cabinet? You want to see my pants? What do you want to see? You start there. Where do we go? Medical records?
Yeah, slippery slope.
Yes. And I don't think they can ask to see in your phone.
Not
I'm trying to
sure.
think of
They're
how...
TSA. It's not FBI or CIA.
All right, different letters.
Like I get, okay, so fine. Maybe if there is a rule that you're not supposed to photograph it.
Yeah,
then
but I didn't.
Right, I know, but I'm thinking.
But there is no sign
right.
that says you can't photograph
And there's
it.
no sign that
That's
says
true.
you're
Like-
Okay, so
Great
there's no
point.
sign. But I'm just
My
thinking,
attorney is really looking out for me here. Like
There he is.
Yes.
I'm thinking a way he could have said it is, hey, dude.
That's what I told Caitlin.
If you took a pic, could you go ahead and do me a favor and delete that?
Yes.
Or that'd
Let's
be great.
go. Because Caitlin said, well, first of all, I understand why you're upset, but you often say don't cause trouble in an airport because it's not worth it. And she's right. It would not have been worth it had I had to miss the flight. But I don't like to be told what to do. And I don't want people to tell me to open my phone up. And had he said, hey, man, someone just had alerted me that there were some people taking pictures of the screens. I don't know if it was you or not, but if you took a picture of our screen, would you just make sure not to share that or please delete it? I'd have been like, oh yeah, sorry. I actually took a picture from back in line. Do you want to see the picture I took that shows you how far away I was from the screen?
Sure.
Just don't ask to see it because then I'll repeat after you.
Amy, so you're TSA right now, okay?
No. I'll
no.
actually show Amy.
I mean, hilarious. They can just repeat everything.
It was stupid.
That's
But
so
yes,
great.
Look, that's how far back I was.
Oh, yeah. That's really far.
It,
You can't even see a screen.
That's my point.
Right.
But
Anyway,
he didn't know that because I wouldn't show him.
That's right. And then I repeated after him.
That's crazy, dude.
I shouldn't have done it. I'd like to apologize.
But it's like you committed.
I did commit, and I was going to commit, and I
Right.
was going to jail.
So-
They were going to send me to, whatever place they send terrorists. It is what
Guantanamo
it is.
Bay.
Yeah, I was in
You're under
Guantanamo.
arrest.
I was
You're
getting
under arrest.
waterboarded for sure. The whole thing was about to happen. I was not going to give up.
Did you snap a pic of him as he walked off?
I did not.
So this is-
A little bit of me was scared while it was happening too.
Yeah,
if
of
I'm being
course.
honest, I wasn't like big tough guy. I was kind of like, oh God, oh no. Anyway, so there's that. I did that. Not proud of it. I should practice what I preach all the time instead of most times. But I reacted. I didn't respond. Reacting is tough. Reacting is when it happens. That's your lizard brain. They say flips up. You're just in reaction mode. That's why lizards are like. My goal in life has been to respond more, and I think generally I do that better. Where something happens, and if I don't like it, initially it's negative, I can go, okay, in 48 hours, how would I have liked to have responded to this when I look back? Mostly I'm good, except show me your phone. Show me your phone.
Unless that happens.
Oh, it's so weird. I think I was just also tired and I've been sick.
Yeah.
And that also has a lot to do with it. I've been sick for like 6 days. Amy's sick, as you can hear. Abby's been out sick. I have a cough that just will not go away. I went to the doctor yesterday. Even talking now like I want to cough, but I'm going to try to hold it in. I have inhalers. My doctor has told me that I probably have adult asthma,
Oh, man.
which only kind of rears its head. And I could be saying some of this wrong. So if I say something wrong, it's not his fault. It's me for hearing it wrong. When I get a cold or I get allergies, then it really kicks into play. And so now we're kind of dealing with that. But I know Amy's just been, like I said, her voice is still messed up.
Oh, yeah. I cough all night.
Abby, I was talking to Abby, and so were you. Like, we were sharing cough cocktails.
Yeah. What are you taking? Here's this med. Try this.
So I think a lot of people are going through this, but that's why our voices sound weird, and that's probably why a little bit I was like, show me your phone.
Yeah. See, but that's also like that's exactly what happens to my son. I'm like, oh, you're tired.
You're hungry.
Yeah.
I don't really get hangry, but I do, I guess, if I'm sick, get sangry.
Yeah. Sickery.
What is it? Halt. You're supposed to halt. Are you H? Are you hungry?
No.
Are you angry?
Are you an a-hole?
L. Are you lonely?
Are you a loser? Yes.
Lonely.
Lonely?
What?
Are you tired?
T.
I think those are the 4 things you're supposed to ask yourself if you're irritable.
Yeah. Let me go over and talk to Elizabeth in Florida. Anyway, do as I say,
not
not
as I do.
always as I do. Elizabeth, you are on the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on?
I just wanted to call to say we love y'all. We listen to you guys just about every morning,
Thank you.
and we want to listen to the Tuesday song.
Oh, you got it. I'm going to try to do this without coughing. This is tough because,
Oh,
again,
yeah.
I've had a rough 5 or 6 days. The worst is, I'm going to share. Thank you, Elizabeth, and we'll get to the song in a second. I'm not going to say much about it yet, but I had to do an MRI on Thursday evening on my head. And so having a cough and going into an MRI where you have to sit in that machine for 50 minutes and not move, it was like torture training where I feel a cough and I have to hold it for 3 minutes because the little voice inside goes, 3 minutes. And there's only a brief time in between one to the next. And they would go, and I'll be like, and then back down. And I'd feel it come on, and it's like, compose yourself, compose yourself, compose yourself. It doesn't. You don't have to cough. You don't have to cough. You don't have to. And I actually did it, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
But it was very, very hard. Yeah, it's very hard. Okay, let's hit them with some Tuesday songs. Hey, songs about Tuesday, and Tuesdays often suck for everybody. Everybody loves Fridays and Saturdays. There are no songs about Tuesday, so we wrote this, and we'll start with the chorus. Here we go. Tuesday, HOA Tuesday, Housewives gone booze day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. All right. The best day of the week. You all know it's my time. So I made a song about Tuesday. So happens it rhymes. The lowest number of crimes. Super bingo at 5. Don't know how you do your Tuesday. This is how I do mine. The sun comes up. There's a smile on my mouth. Why? Because I love Tuesday is the first thing I shout. Free Zumba this morning and every Tuesday at 5. I got my spandex on. It's time to head to the Y. Tuesday. HOA Tuesday. Housewives gone booze day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday. Brown cow goes moose day. Eat some cashews day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Hey, it's Tuesday. Is my recycling on the curb as I drive off? Yep, my recycling's on the curb. I mean, Fridays are fine because they're casual and all, but I'm always more productive on my Tuesday conference call, my after work plans. I got my spray tan. I'm drinking lemon water out of me some cayenne. Pebbles and Bam Bam. I'm watching C-SPAN. And then it's 2 for 1 at Sonic with a Coney in each hand. I'm saying Tuesday. HOA Tuesday. Housewives gone booze day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Hey, Tuesday. Brown cow goes moose day. Eat some cashews day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. All right, I go to Mardi Gras on a Tuesday. I go to Krav Maga on a Tuesday. I'm playing Pokemon on a Tuesday. Came out of my mom on a Tuesday. Thank you very much. We got through it. Woo.
Wow.
Listen to That's For You. Shout out everybody out there living a Tuesday, living the most Tuesday life you could possibly live. Tuesday, Moose Day, Cashews Day. We did everything we could to rhyme with ooh. Thank you very much. All right, there you go. We also announced all my shows on my comedically inspirational tour. If you live in the cities of Tampa, Louisville, Vegas, Tampa. I forgot. I threw my sheet away. DC, Virginia Beach,
Wichita.
We got
Nashville. Thank you. Back in a second. You guys following the story of the lost Titanic tourist submarine?
Yeah, it's tragic. Terrible.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't end up tragic.
Yeah.
That they find them.
So they're just missing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what's
And they're
up.
going to run out of oxygen.
Thursday.
Oh, no.
So they have 2 days. So here's the deal. There's a submarine. It's like you go and you pay money. Well, what would we compare it to? A Vegas helicopter going to look at the Grand Canyon?
There you go.
Right? You go.
Yeah, similar.
A submarine exploring the Titanic wreck has lost contact with the surface. A search and rescue mission is currently taking place. Here is Rear Admiral John Magwar of the U.S. Coast Guard talking about the current rescue mission.
We are doing everything that we can do to make sure that we can locate and rescue those on board. It is a challenge to conduct a search in that remote area, but we are deploying all available assets to make sure that we can locate the craft and rescue the people on board.
The missing vessel isn't actually a submarine. What it's called is a submersible. It's named Titan. It has very limited communication and very limited navigation controls, which is really operated by a video game controller. And it carries 5 people, usually 2 crew members and 3 tourists. And they go down to view the wreckage of the Titanic, which sank in 1912. So they left Newfoundland, Canada on Saturday. They started the dive inside the Titan early Sunday morning. Contact was lost after about a little less than 2 hours. The Titanic rests at 13,000 feet underwater.
Yeah.
Now, let me compare that to something. The one time I was miserable, I went skydiving, and I jumped from 12,000 feet up high. You got to get pretty high. This is that, but down in the water.
That is so crazy. And they said that they don't know where to go. They rely on text messages from the people on land to tell them where to go.
Titan is capable of descending about that far. It takes about 2 hours for them to get down to the wreckage. It's urgent. They had been underwater for more than 24 hours. There's only between 70 and 96 hours of air on board. There's also very limited food and water because why would you take it? You're going to be back in a minute anyway.
Ugh.
According to reports, the 5 passengers include a British billionaire and explorer named Hamish Harding, a former French Navy commander and Titanic expert named Paul Henry Nargile, a businessman named Shahzada Dawood and his 19-year-old son, and the CEO of OceanGate, Stockton Rush. It sounds like there's a lot of rich people on here, though, so I'm sure they'll have other voyages, other attempts to save them more so than just
Regular people.
The military or whomever is searching, yeah, which could be a positive, but it's so down there. And the communication, they can't talk on radio. Like Lunch said, they can only text message. There are 4 possible causes for a communication breakdown like this: loss of power, a short circuit that could cause fire. Any amount of flooding obviously would be disastrous because it's flooding, but that's also air. Yeah. I mean, that's basically what's out there, and it comes in, you can't breathe it. Or you get caught up in the debris. The best case scenario would be that you're at or near the surface and you just can't ping anyone. Now, they're very expensive. To do this is $250,000 a pop.
Oh.
That's really high.
So a little different than a helicopter tour, but
Yeah.
Just a little.
It'd be like a trip to Mars.
It'd be like if you wanted to do the helicopter tour, but you wanted to wear a jetpack. It'd cost that. But all that being said, like, we're really freaking rooting that they find these people. I don't think this has ever happened to this level. And 13,000 feet, that is so far down. That is so far down. And there is no update, right? Like, I pulled this story like 2 hours ago.
Nothing.
Okay. Oof. Well, thinking about him, praying for him. Imagine if you're them.
That's what I think about that.
And you're just trapped.
You're just sitting there going.
Or you're not. I mean, they could not even be alive anymore. But yeah, you're just sitting there and you're hung up on a piece of debris. And the guy's like, well, and then those guys have to tell you at some point. He's probably talking to his buddy. He's like, okay, I think we can get out of this. And it's like, we have to tell him. But they can't talk with people. They can just receive text messages, basically. And I think they said it's a video game controller. I think it's an Xbox controller that controls that boat, which you would think for $250,000 a pop, you'd have something better than an Xbox controller controlling the boat.
Well, I didn't even think it was possible to go down there. That's why they just send like things down there to take pictures.
Maybe it's possible if you pay that kind of money. I mean, think about that. If it's $250,000 a pop, you're looking at $1 million. Yeah. Over $1 million was people paid to go down, all in.
Oh, something I didn't see. Has Titan, that's the name of it, right? Gone down before?
Yeah.
taken other people successfully?
so, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like it's a company.
I know. I just didn't know if this was like,
I don't think it's the first time.
okay.
So that was one of the big news stories this morning.
Can I also say something I learned about this? I didn't realize that Titanic sank right by Canada. I had no idea.
It didn't.
Well, Newfoundland, on the map, it looks like it's close to Canada. I'm like, oh, who knew?
I'd be interested to see exactly where in the water. Mike, can you pull up a map of where the Titanic sank? Because
It's closer to the U.S., but I mean, it's still in the
like
middle
northern
of the
East
Atlantic.
Coast,
Correct.
right?
It's even north of like New York.
So maybe that's just where the company came from. But
Yeah, I'm just saying I didn't realize it was that close to. I thought it was just way out in the middle of the ocean. Like I had no idea they were close to any land.
so the Titanic sank. It was Oh wow!
pull up the map.
You know
It's
what I'm
still in
telling
the
you?
middle.
It's up there, but it was on the way to New York, right, Mike? Yep. And it's kind of in the middle of a bunch of the ocean. It kind of is in the middle of the
It's
ocean.
far out there.
Definitely closer to New York, Upper East Coast, Canada. But if I were going to try to get to it, I think I would leave Canada to get to it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that is bad news, and hopefully we get to report some good news tomorrow, or maybe you see it later.